There are two um, anime streaming services that I use. And one of them is the famous one, which everyone uses. It's Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is where I watch all my favorite animes. And on Crunchyroll, like when there's a new episode that comes out, when there's a new episode of a new season that just came out, instead of waiting like Netflix, like waiting for like all the episodes to be released and then wait like six to like 6 months to a whole year for it to drop on Netflix so I can binge the whole season. So something like that. Something like that. Crunchyroll, like I'm able to streaming services like Crunchyroll, like I can stay up to date. Like when there's a new episode for that week, I can hop in I can hop into Crunchyroll and press play. I don't need to watch it live or wait for Netflix to like binge, drop the whole season. Wait until the whole season's available on Netflix and just watch it there. But besides that, there's two streaming services. Besides Crunchyroll, there's another streaming service where I watch anime, and you guys know, and if you use Amazon Prime like I do, I have an Amazon Prime membership. There's another streaming service where you can watch anime, and that is High Dive. um High Dive. And there's one anime on High Dive that High Dive, that's like it's all over High Dive. Like it's sponsor. I don't know if High Dive is sponsoring this anime, this anime, but it's been popping up here and there and everywhere on my High Dive. Every time I open High Dive, like their app on my TV, when I open it up, like through Amazon, of course, it's like the first thing that pops up. Oshinoko, which translates to, I mean, if you're Japanese, it literally translates to push child. But it actually, but if you put it all together, it means my first child, or no, my first child or my favorite child. I'm not Japanese, so I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you couldn't tell, like, but I'm not Japanese, but I believe it means my favorite child in Japanese. But this anime has been popping up everywhere, and I swear to God, High Dive is sponsoring the shit out of this anime. And a while ago, like when I first started getting into High Dive, when I started using the streaming service, I saw this anime, but I didn't immediately watch it because I was just exploring other animes and what other genres that they have that I might be interested in. But eventually, finally, after who knows how long, it's season 3 just came out. I believe last month, if I'm correct. Um, and of the anime, and you know, and season 3 is like has already come out last month, and there's a new episode. So I got to get caught up on the anime. But this isn't me talking about the anime. This is me talking about in this whole manga, this whole manga that the anime is based on. So I have read the manga, and I'm currently catching up on the anime. I just started watching season 2. And I have seen the live action television show and the continuation of it, which was like a 2-hour movie on Prime, on Amazon Prime. So I'm all caught up with all that, except the actual anime. Like I said, I'm on season 2. But anyway, with all that getting out the way, I didn't read the synopsis. I didn't read the premise of this series. of this series or the anime, the anime. I watched the anime. I finished the first season, and then I watched the live action show, and then I immediately started buying. Like I started immediately buying like the manga books and started and comparing them and comparing them to the anime to see if there's like any if it's accurate or if they've made any changes. Not that I want not to criticize or critique, but to see just to like I said, just in general, just to compare it and see if they made any changes or not. But yeah, and I didn't know anything about this about Oshinoko. I didn't know anything about this anime, and I just saw the poster. It looks cute. I mean, I saw the poster. It has a picture of a young girl with star eyes, pink like purple with pink purple star eyes and purple pink hair, kind of looking like Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, and she has a microphone. It looks like she's a singer. She's holding a microphone in a poster. I'm like, okay, she's a singer. I don't know who this character is. And then I press play without reading the premise or the synopsis of the anime. And holy shit! After season one, I had to press pause. At a certain point in season one, episode one, um, I had to press pause because I could not believe what I just saw. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be spoilers. So you have been warned going into because what I'm about to say is like a complete 180. Like what the hell? So this show or this series is it follows a doctor and his recently deceased patient who were reborn as twins to a famous Japanese pop idol named I Hoshino, and navigates the highs and lows of the country's entertainment industry as they grow up together through their new lives, as the children of this famous pop idol, I Hoshino, who is the girl with the star eyes and the purple hair. I thought to myself, okay, this is the main character until a certain point. Um, and I think you know where I'm going with this. As they go up together through their lives. So the anime starts. So like I said, I watched the anime before and the live action television series, and the 2 hour movie before reading the manga. Before like binge reading the manga as quickly as I can, as I can, and I'm all caught up with the manga, and I can't believe I'm going to be witnessing this manga being adapted into the anime because it's not just this anime, but like every anime in general. I feel like not I feel like, but animes in general are like a page by page, beat by beat, word by word uh copy copy and paste of the manga. So if you don't want to read the manga, you can just press play on the anime, no problem. But I was like, you know what, I have time. I have a free schedule this past 2 weeks. This past like 2 weeks I have free time, so why not read buy and read the manga. Holy shit. When and I like I said, this video will contain spoilers. I um i was like, okay, so this anime is going to be about this girl who's 16 years old, which by the way, as of as of 2023, the legal like limit, the age of consent, the legal age of consent is 16 years old if you want to have kids. If you want to have kids. So our main character, she's exactly 16 years old and she's pregnant. Don't know anything about the father. The father is a complete mystery. She's raising these kids. She's pregnant and she's giving birth and she's raising these kids as her own. And I was like, okay, so this anime is going to be about her, the mother, and her kids. I'm okay with that. And then the mom gets a knock on the door, so to speak. She opens it and she gets stabbed. She gets brutally stabbed. And that was the moment that I was talking about where I had to pause the video. I literally had to pause the episode. No anime. I've never paused at an anime, except if it's like really extremely funny. But like, I've never had to pause on an anime. This is the first anime that I had to pause and catch my breath. Because I was like, this is some heavy shit. This anime, or this whole entire manga series, whichever you read or watch, whichever, deals with mental health issues and suicide. And it is some dark shit. It is extremely dark. I was not expecting this. Like, I was watching it and I was like, okay, it looks cute and adorable. I was like, I went into the anime expecting cute and adorable, like dancing, singing, and performing. Instead, I get a fucking dark, brutal stab. The dark side of the Japanese entertainment industry, like reincarnation, this mystery drama. Who is the father? Who is the biological father of Aqua and Ruby, who are the reborn twins of the pop idol Hoshino? When I got murdered, and by the way, when she gets murdered, she's lying, she's bleeding, she's crying, and I was feeling extremely emotional. Like I was started to cry. I felt like I was getting stabbed. She got stabbed in the abdomen. I felt like I was stabbed in the heart because listen, I love my father very much. But no offense to my father, but I love my mom even more. She means so much to me. My mother means so much to me. She is my heart, she is my soul, my spirit, everything. Her smile brightens my day. And she's not deceased. She's living. But when that time comes, I don't think any son, in my case, like any son, is going to be ready for that experience, for that tragic experience. But like, and by the way, she's lying on the floor bleeding, and she's giving this like speech, this dialogue that I never, I was afraid to utter the words "I love you" because I felt like it would be a lie, because I felt like those three words would feel like a lie. But her last words, and she's holding her son. She's not holding the daughter. She's holding her son, saying all this. Her last words were "I love you," and it just broke my heart because I felt like it was my mom holding and hugging, embracing me one last time. And the children go on this whole fucking journey. The daughter Ruby, her daughter Ruby is trying to live up to her mom, to be an idol, just like as she was, and her son is like his personality. He had PTSD. Aqua is experienced PTSD at such a young age. He blames himself for not protecting his mom, but he was just a little baby. He was a little kid, and he's cold, and he's on this quest for revenge, and he believes that his biological father might have orchestrated the death of her mother, and who's out. By the way, their biological father is sadistic son of a bitch, um, and trying to find out his biological father because Aqua believes that he might be, he might be an accomplice to his mother's death, and it just launched this thing. I was not expecting this. It's very polarizing. I will say this. I will say that. Listen, I love the series Immensitivity. It's a tale of two halves. You're following the brother and the sister throughout this journey. Um, I love the opening arc. The opening arc is immersive, along with the deep dive into the dark side of the entertainment industry. Um, but I was not a fan of how the manga series concluded back in late 2024, which I just found out today, this morning, that it concluded late 2024. So listen, the manga, we're going to be talking about the manga. All right. I love, the author, of this, the author who wrote this manga series, Akasaka's writing for its biting social commentary on idol culture, cyberbullying, specifically the Akane arc, where I only watched it. I only watched the first season once, and the first season of well, technically twice because I watched the live action show too. But I believe Akane is the girl who almost committed suicide off the bridge, and Aqua rescued her. It was raining. You know what I'm talking about. Um, and the exploitative nature of talent agencies, and the art of the manga is I Mengo Yoko Yari. I'm so sorry. I loved the starry-eyed, pun intended, aesthetic and ability to shift from sparkling idol visuals to psychological horror. Like, holy shit. Like, this series just goes back and forth. Like, this is psychological mystery drama, but it's also, entertainment and idol and what the hell. Um, but yeah, now let's talk about the finale, the conclusion of the actual manga series, because I literally just finished reading very recently. I would say earlier today. Literally just finished reading the book before I pressed play on this video. But yeah, the ending I'm a little iffy about. I'm a little bit. I felt like it was divisive and rushed. The ending was very rushed, and apparently, a lot of people are very divided with the conclusion of the series. Um, I felt like the final confrontation with the antagonist, Hiraku, who is the biological father who is the biological sadistic son of a bitch, of Aqua and Ruby, was anticlimactic. Like Aqua's decision to commit a murder suicide it felt like a regression of of his whole character development, and it left many subplots and romantic interests like Kana and Akane without a very satisfying closure. It's just like, that's it. He's dead. He commits suicide, and That's it. Like these subplots are just unresolved. These other subplots that is left behind by the character of Aqua is just opened. It's not closed. It's just open. With no resolution. And I felt like the theme clashed. I felt like the endings focused on fame requires sacrifice. It really contradicts the mangas. I mean, you guys might have different opinions, but it really contradicted the manga's earlier deconstruction of how the industry destroy young lives. Yeah, I just like it. Just the tone, the themes, just really conflicted with each other. It wasn't one main theme. But anyway, yeah. But going into the anime, I just started watching season two. I'm on season two, episode one. Like season two, episode one. The anime is still going. By the way, it's still ongoing as of today. As of this video, as of time of recording, it's still the anime is still ongoing. If you have High Dive, you can watch it on High Dive. I believe it's also on Crunchyroll. I swear to God, I saw this the anime on Crunchyroll too. But anyway, but I watched it on High Dive. The anime is still going, and it is definitely the anime is definitely the definitive way to experience the story. If you don't want to read the manga, you can just watch the anime, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to do what I do and just read the manga, and you don't have to do extra homework like read the manga and watch the anime. You could just go straight to like watching the anime. It is definitely the anime is definitely the definitive way to experience the whole entire story. Season one's 90-minute like premiere is just holy shit. Like season one, episode one. I was like, this isn't like anime episodes are like 22 minutes. This is like this like premiere is like over 1 hour long. Like this feels like a movie, like a mini little movie. It is one of the best pilots. Season one's premiere, 90-minute premiere, is one of the best pilot episodes in recent years, hands down. Probably, I mean, maybe I mean when I mean by best pilots episodes, I don't mean just an anime. I'm talking about like in general. It is the best pilot episodes because I really thought this anime was going to be about I I, the mother, and her kids just live, and the two of them, and the three of them are growing up, living happy, but also meeting some shady, antagonistic characters within the who are working in the Japanese entertainment industry. I thought it was going to be the three of them, and then she gets murdered and stabbed, and I'm like, mom's out of the picture, and I guess I'm wrong. This anime is about the kids, and it really is. It's about the kids who are, living up to the legacy, who are trying to remember and living up to the legacy. Like I said, like the daughter Ruby is, she's determined and she's passionate to become she's determined to become an idol just like her mom. And on the other hand, the brother Aqua, he he is trying to find, he's on a quest for revenge, trying to find out the person who's responsible, who we find out is the biological father who orchestrated and manipulated her murder, who leaked her address to the stalker who knocked on her door and yeah, and killed her. But yeah, the visuals and the music of the anime, the production, I mean, it's the vibrant color palette and the global hit "Idol" by Yosabi elevated the source material. I'm so sorry, I don't know who Yosabi is. I'm pretty sure they might be a real. I think that's a real Japanese. I've heard that name before. I think it's a real Japanese like. Japanese group, idol group. It really elevated the source material. But yeah, like I said, season three is still premiered in. Yeah, okay. I guess I am right. It premiered season three did premiere last month, January 2026, and it's been getting a lot of and so far it's been getting a lot of strong reviews about season three, for its visual fidelity. But you know, viewers like me who have read the manga, who who have free time and read the manga and wanted to know how it concluded because the anime needs to catch up. Because the anime needs to catch up. We foresee the future. Let's just say we foresee the future of the fates of these characters. Um, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of hindsight anxiety regarding the eventual ending of it, like including because Hiroku's the biological father is the main antagonist, his death, but also Aqua's death too. Okay, and also, with the manga and the anime aside, let's talk about the live action television series, which was released in late 2024. I will say this. Uh it got a lot of mixed reviews from critics. It got a lot of mixed reviews from critics. I will say the casting of Nanaoka Hara or Kana is definitely the highlight. She's definitely the highlight. The special effects of the starry eyes are just like felt like very low budget. Like it felt very low budget, like something out of like I don't know CW. Like I don't know something out of CW. Like I'm talking about the worst television series of CW's. Um, like a low budget version, like the starry eye effects was like really. I get it. They're trying to do a little nod with the manga, but I'm like, it could you could do without. You could do without the starry eyes effects. It feels like a low budget thing. But anyway, and then you have the follow up movie, the final act, Oshinoko, the final act, which was released last year, 2025. It attempted to congeal the widely different tones of the finale, but at the end of the day, I didn't like the ending of the movie, of the final act movie. Like the last, which was like literally like the last 20 minutes. I'm like, really? Like logically, this doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But okay, they're trying to do their own thing. But okay, they're trying to do their own thing, their own twist. It just, but yeah, at the end, it just feels and manipulative. I mean, but yeah. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. I will say this when it comes to the manga. I will say this when it comes to um the manga. The I love the manga's deep industry deconstruction. That is its greatest strength. The main weakness of the manga is the rushed and very controversial finale. Like really, especially with the character of Aqua and his tragic death, with his father getting revenge and avenging his mom's death, Ai's death. It was a very rushed and finale and controversial finale that just partially ruined the finale. That partially ruined it for me. The anime, even though the anime is still going, I still think like out of the manga, anime, and live action, the anime is definitely the best out of all three. Because it is exceptional. It is exceptional. It has an exceptional production and an exceptional music. An exceptional music that's composed. It's great. Although the anime does, there are some inconsistent pacing in later arcs, as they try to adapt as faithfully as they can to the manga. And of course, the weakest one out of all three live action is the live action one. You know, when it comes to when you compare the live action to the anime and manga, it's the worst. The live action show is the worst. But I will say that I don't blame the actors, because the actors of the live action, I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it, but there was a lot of things that, there were some twists and turns that they did that I really was not a big fan of. The strong acting from the strong acting um I will say that, the strong acting of wait, actually, let me see something real quick. I thought I saw something. Let me look it up. I gotta find out. Give me a second, guys. Hold on a minute. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. But yeah, okay, when it comes to the live action, sorry about that. I was trying to look up one of the actors' names, and I got it. But yeah, like, I will say the acting I will say the actress who plays Kana in the live action show. The actress who plays Kana in the live action show, the actress did a great job. It was some strong acting. Her and the actress who played who portrayed I in the live action show. These two ladies, holy shit, those are some strong acting. Those are some strong acting chops. They cried. It was so visceral. It was so realistic. It was it really, I was sold. I was sold. But yeah, like, my main issue with the live action show and the follow-up movie, including the follow-up movie, because it's a continuation, and all the actors are back in the movie for the movie. It lost the magical visual flair. I mean, I get it. It's live action. It's not animated, so the visuals. So the visuals. I mean, it's live action. They try to, like, do a little hints and nods, like the starry eyes, like when certain characters, their eyes started glowing, like I believe Aqua. I don't know about Hiraku or Ruby, if in the live action show, if their eyes glowed for like a split second, for like even for just 1 second. But yeah, like, I get it, it's live action, but still, it just doesn't feel. It just feels lackluster. It just feels like a low budget TV, like a TV cable commercial or something. I don't know, which is, yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I have to say for Oshinoko. I mean, this is right up there. I mean, like, I can't believe this, but this is like right up there. Obviously it's better than um the vexations of a shut-in princess vampire, whatever the fuck it's called, whatever the fuck that anime was called. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I would put this anime, even though it's very controversial and very polarizing, I don't care. I don't care, because I would put this series right up there with Violet Evergarden. I would put it up there. Violet Evergarden made me cry. That was the first anime that made me cry. Like, I've seen so many animes throughout my childhood, and I went back and then in my teenage years I went back to watching animes, and then and then like I start, and then like it's just one thing after another. And like I love anime. I don't talk about anime much on my YouTube channel. There's barely. I mean, I talked about Citrus, but I talked about Citrus, but but you know, I talked about Citrus. This one anime, Citrus. But it was only because, you know, it was only because I love that anime, and I really wanted to talk about that anime. But yeah, I know I barely talk about anime, but I do watch anime in my spare time. It's just like it's just like, you know, these days people really love, you know, live action, you know, shows, or like television shows, or whatever you see, whatever you're currently seeing or hearing, you know, on you know, in the entertainment street, in the entertainment industry. But like, I do talk about anime. It's just not much, but I'm trying to get back into it. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty lengthy video. Yeah, like I really had to express I really had to express my feelings, deep down feelings, and I really had to break this whole series, the manga, the anime, the live action, down to its deepest detail, and I did. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, like I went into it thinking it's gonna be cute and adorable, and then I get a fucking murder in the first episode, and reincarnation, and it's actually a mystery drama, and the lives. I okay, like I was not expecting that. But what a way to like pull the rug right underneath me. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see all of you guys in my next video. Peace out.